stopped it. Okay.
Okay. There'll just be one like short ass clip.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so ending in one, Matador and Ben. I guess the interesting dynamic in this game is how. So it's kind of going to be a corner, I think, because how Ben uses his spot in the corner in his wall, and how Matador can turn that position that Ben usually finds advantageous against him. So, and what that's really going to come down to, I think, is going to be the amount of setup that Matador allows for Ben to have. Because if you give him that setup, that corner becomes an advantageous spot. But if you make him uncomfortable and force him into the corner when he's not ready, it becomes a great spot for you.
True. My main question is, how much can Wario do with his chomp in this matchup?
Yeah, that's going to be another big thing. Is Wario's ability to eat the item is going to make it so that Ben at some point has to approach, because throwing items is just going to heal Wario.
So it looked like Ben had a pretty good lead starting off the map there, but he managed to turn it around on him.
Yeah.
Running at him a couple of times, and Ben was not prepared for it.
Yeah, the bell is going to be really, really important in this matchup because, like, it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be hard for Pac-Man to kill Wario without a bell conversion. But then again, crazy. But what we saw earlier, just Matador, just when he throws the bell at him, Matador just eats it, and he's not really at the threat of dying.
I like that Matador went all the way out.
Yeah.
He went all the way out just for 6%.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's been going all the way out. Basically, the past he went out first stock. He's pressuring him really well off stage. Now he's at the key. Oh, throws it the wrong way though. That would have been nice because it not only would have had a chance to hit Matador and cover that option, but it also covered another option with the hydrant as well because they would have hit it.
That big old bouncing hydrant.
Ooh.
Put some shield pressure on him.
184. Now it's a little bit better for Pac-Man Code because more of his projectiles will go. You see that apple just blew Wario up.
Yeah.
But now, this is another problem with the patient style of gameplay that Ben likes to play. Against Wario, you're giving him off, and now Matador has it. Pretty, like, I would say, of course not early in the game, like time-wise, but pretty early in the game stock-wise, he has a full loft online.
Yeah, if he plays it right, he might even be able to do it twice in one of these matches here.
Usually you're not going to get two. Oh my god. Yeah, you're usually not going to get two lofts, but there's potential for a full loft and maybe a half loft, but it'd be much more likely to see two half lofts. But
I'm just saying, if there's a set for it, it's this one.
Yeah, if there's a set. I'm sure we'll get a game where two lofts come up, to be honest. Because that's the type of game that Ben likes to play. But Matador playing it really well right now, not letting him get his defense started, kind of forcing him to play the offensive game that he's not bad at, but he's not as comfortable at.
And Ben and slowing the game down are like cream and cheese.
Yeah.
And now we've been at this for 4 minutes.
But Ben is keeping, like, I'm saying this, but Ben is like playing his like mobility game really nicely, where he's like dancing around, hitting him with like little fairs or up airs, catching him, trying to catch him like there, and chipping him down with these projectiles to the point where he's really almost evened it up in terms of like stock and percent, where he's not really in that bad a position. Now it's
okay.
Oh my god, that killed.
He died from that.
Pac-Man's not light, so I was a little surprised that just blew him up from all the way across. But you know, that is still really strong, and War had a little bit of rage.
I mean, I guess since Matador was at 150 or so, we just
Well, I was expecting to kill, but then I was looking at how fast it was sending him, and I was like, he was kind of moving really slow. He kind of moved pretty slowly into the blessing.
He just sort of. Like, if it had any more time, he probably would have just air dodged back.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, Matador with a pretty convincing game one.
Yeah, clean setup into his waft.
Yeah.
The rest of the game, he ran at Ben pretty well.
And that's going to be one thing that Ben really has to watch out. That waft is such a huge factor in this game because, like, Matador is slightly taking the lead. Like, even without waft, he's slightly in the lead. Was like in a lot of that game. And even though Ben is keeping pace, you can't just keep pace against Wario because you're building his loft, and like it gets to a point where you kept pace and you've been doing fine, but now he has a chance to just get one opening and kill you. So I like what Ben is doing this game, just opening up Matador a little bit more, trying to just catch him when, like, instead of trying to run away from Matador, kind of not exactly be in his face, but just play the neutral and just stuff out his options when Matador's wing at him.
Yeah. And I'm surprised he made it back for
Ooh,
that.
that's death.
He didn't have a side B initially, though, and then he managed to pull it out at the very last second so as to get him back. Didn't get net him anything, though, because he just gets hit with some backhand combos.
Pretty big damage. 20%. Definitely not bad. But Matador has the Galaga, which is really good, actually. Like, just having the Galaga, Wario can't do too much off of it, but what it does is it just gives him gives Pac-Man one less option on the ledge, because Pac-Man with Galaga on ledge is so nice. And speaking of nice, that was creative option.
Yeah, definitely run away whenever he has his Galaga down there.
Yeah.
You don't want to be anywhere near that because it will net him a lot of percent.
Ooh, big damage. The down air, interesting.
Yeah,
that's not something we know.
I feel like Matt generally tries to push you off stage with fair more so than press Dare for a little bit of damage.
Dare's, I feel like fair usually is like a little bit more potential. It puts him in a better position for your follow-up, but I think he kind of recognized there that there wasn't any follow-up there, so he just went for a Dare instead for the extra damage.
The ugly stepchild of Dare.
What the? That was insane, and it worked.
I don't know if you noticed earlier, but Matt wasted Waft.
No, I did notice. I didn't even really notice. I noticed, but I didn't really pay much attention to it because it's kind of Matador, and he's still like he's still doing okay. Like he still has time.
Oh, going a little bit too deep with that one.
I say that, but then that happens. Yeah, he goes pretty low when if you go low with that walk as Wario, not walk without bike. I guess walk kind of works too, but because you can recover with it. But if you go low without bike as Wario, his recovery is unbelievably neutered.
Yeah, low without one of his extra recovery options is not a great time for Wario.
Yeah.
Because his normal just like
jump up B, jump
up B is just not great.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, it's not that good. You're right. Not that great. But with his bike, it just makes his recovery. It adds so much depth to his recovery. It makes it so good.
So this time we're on Smashville.
Yeah, just wants that more close quarters fight. I understand it. But Ben wasn't really struggling too much in the close quarters match, so it's not like this is like a definitive counter pick.
Yeah, the boxing doesn't seem to be too bad from Ben tonight.
Yeah. Pac-Man's a character that can get in your face in this game. In Smash 4, he didn't really have that option, but now he kind of has the frame data to do something, so he has a way better grab. And of course, he still has all the options that he had to zone in Smash 4, if not just better options.
But we have seen Matt bullet back from here before. He just racks up a ton of percent through one or two strings, and he just manages to knock you out of it.
Yeah.
Missing a back air there from Ben.
Yeah, I don't know. That back air, like, it made sense. It's just you get you off stage, get damage, not gonna kill, but like, I don't know. I feel like it just up air because it would have been more guaranteed damage, but I don't know. They expected back air to still hit.
Matto was standing on top of the height there at a very high percent. I was surprised that he was willing to stay up there, considering any from Ben there was probably going to knock it out and just straight up kill him. But Ben ended up not hitting the hydrant, I think, by accident.
Well, one thing that Pac-Man players do is they play kind of around the hydrant, expecting you to be wanting to get rid of it, so maybe Matter was kind of thinking the same thing that you traditionally see out of the Pac-Man player, whereas I'm going to bait him to either hit me off of this or try to break the hydrant and then punish him for that. Big damage. No waft though. Oh, Nair not connecting. That's a big buff for War if that connected more consistently, because he'd be able to just combo it so easily into waft.
Would be a much more consistent set for sure.
Yeah.
Doing a bit of a run back and forth here. Having some trouble finishing off this first stock from Matador.
Through the hydrant. Okay.
Meanwhile, Ben's just racking up big damage, having a fun time.
Yeah, Ben is running. He ran away with last game pretty well, and he's running with this one too. Ooh, there's the back air. Get them off stage.
Not quite finishing him off there.
Not quite.
Throwing the melon off into the distance. A good hit from Matador will finish off his first stock. Same for Ben.
Yeah.
Whoever finishes
on
this
the
off,
stop.
it'll be pretty big because, you know, if Matter manages to finish this off, he could send it into a waft combo that kills early because of rage.
Yeah, definitely.
Bit of fun with this left ledge here. All right, securing that kill.
Of course, one of the most beneficial things about waft is that it does not go away when you die. So even if he loses the stock here, he has high potential to bring it back to an even game. So even though Ben took this stock, he can't get comfortable yet. He's got to play very careful because this is, if Matter is going to bring it back to even, it's now. But racking on the damage, this is what you want to see if you're a Ben fan.
Yeah, there's Galaga, a Ben fan, Hog.
Hog. LU stands.
Throwing the key away there. And seems to have a bit of trouble with throwing his projectiles away when he doesn't seem to want to. I mean, maybe he wanted something else, but I find it unlikely.
Okay. Ooh, and there's
Not quite killing. Oh, he went for the up there, and I think Ben's down B comes out too quickly for him to be able to finish that off.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a true comeback. You're trying to catch him coming down with something.
Yeah, he was just going for something cheeky there.
Yeah.
Bit of a Hail Mary.
Ooh, I like that option. That was
He's
nice.
been using Chomp nicely.
Yeah, Chomp's such a good move. Oh, but that was not an ideal down smash.
Yeah, Ben finishing off that stock to take game 2 or game 3.
Game?
He is now up 2-1 against
Taking
Matador.
it to game 4, 2-1, up 2-1. Let's see what Matter's response is.
So we're going back to the same stage.
Oh, you're gonna say a character spell? No, he's gonna say. Okay, I like this new style.
I think he might be doing a costume kind of pick. Not sure.
Maybe. Warren is obviously his most developed character, so I like to see that he's got confidence in it, even though he has other pockets that he can run to, or not run to, but rely on, because he has some other very good characters.
Ooh, big damage from Ben again. That Galaga, his Galaga combos, if you're too close to him, he'll just take you for a ride. Trying to fall down the Chomp either to grab Ben or to
Big combos.
big combos, pull him into one of those upward strings.
Yeah, people always talk about Wario's like conversions into Waft, but like almost as scary as just what he can do just off of just like an up air on a platform. Just take you from like 0 to 80 like that, just from his raw combo, and then he also has the conversion to Waft. One of the things that make this character so good is combo game.
Big
That
lead
gets
into
extended
everything.
to the platform.
Ooh, good recovery from Mata.
Yeah, good drift.
Moving forward up just to drift away back to the ledge.
The matter is it's when he just throws that bike in here. He just like, I don't know. He's just so good at conditioning people with that. Oh God, Buenos Dias.
Oh, and he's dead.
I thought he was going to get sent the other way.
Yeah, I thought he was
Matter
going to be sent under stage.
Yeah, I thought Matter was facing the ledge, so it was interesting. Maybe it has to be the side that you hit them on, but I don't know.
Narrowly avoiding getting hit by the bell.
So that was his jump though, so he's going to make it back. Nice
Ben throwing away as well.
And Matador is just so good at just making a conversion off of a straight hit. Just whenever, so like he just gets like a random like reversal with like an air, and he just turns it into like 3 more hits. And again, and that's kind of like just it's just one warrior's strength that Matador excels at it. Okay.
Good dash smash from Ben, covering most of Mata's options.
Nope. Alright, now Ben's starting off his offensive his own, and he's already brought it back to even, but full walk is online, so gotta be very careful.
Plunged down deep for his recovery so as not to be covered by anything from Mata.
Yeah, that's basically how he's been getting literally all of it, just getting the tomahawk. I like that time. I liked it that time. Because that time the down smash, it would have caught him on the ledge, would have killed him. I don't know if it would have killed him, but would have come close if anything. Basically, but it would have hit him, and then the bike covered him with his rim. That was good.
Oh,
really unfortunate.
Mata failing his recovery, getting a little bit too
Yeah.
stuck under smash fail.
And that's going on an even game like that to being in a deficit is just so unfortunate because now you're taking all this damage. It's so hard to take a clean stock from Pac-Man
Yeah, disheartening.
without taking a lot of damage. And now, what basically became what was once a game that I would say was in Matador's favor because of the loft, it now becomes a game that he needs to rely on. Ooh, but that's not do it.
Yeah.
Ben takes it 3-1 over Matador.
So the winner of Loser Sydney's is Ben. So Ben now moves on to fight Disgaea,
Yeah.
Game & Watch player from University of